want to know about you. I want to know your story. I want to know your why. I want to know obstacles in your life. I want to know celebrations in your life because we're a big family. So some of the victories that aren't necessarily or traditionally recognized in Beachbody is the fact that we all have a real life, and we all have real jobs, real kids, real food to put on the table, and things that are outside of this online virtual business. So let's get real. I just wanted to applaud you, women and gentlemen, who are pushing through even when there are things that you can use as excuses, but you're better than that, and you're not going to use excuses. So, without further ado, Stephanie, I wanted to say fantastic strength you have for having 2 jobs and being pregnant. Girl, way to go for pushing through and trying to make this happen and focusing on your own health. That is a huge victory. Brooke Herrera, military wife and mother of a toddler, we know that's tough, but we are so proud of you for pushing through and making this happen. Brittany Gaither, military wife, she's had surgery lately. She's a full-time student in pharmaceutical school. You guys know that can be an obstacle. Dory Headley, full-time job with a baby. Kelly Gilkey, mother of 3 boys. Oh my gosh, I have 1, so that just sounds insane. But like I said, this is real life, and these are unnoticed victories, but I wanted to applaud you and tell you thank you so much for being real and still focusing on your health and fitness and this business. Jessica Griffin, full-time job and a 5-year-old. Oh, and by the way, she has an hour commute one way to that full-time job. Kudos to you, girl, for that strength, that willpower to make this happen. Elizabeth Steinhaus, military wife, new mom. Sarah Pohl, she is awesome and rocking, about to be diamond, but she has a no-napping 1-year-old. That's tough, but she's doing it anyways. Kristen Rowe, she is a night shift nurse and a single mother. Elizabeth Van, full-time job and a 16-month-old. Kristen Shreve, military wife with 2 kiddos. And I know also Kristen has been working through some health obstacles in her own family and helping her family that way. Andrea, full-time job with 2 kids. Laura McCoy, full-time job. Colleen Shoemate, 2 jobs. Stephen Bogus, full-time job plus son. Brittany Dye, mother of 2. Jeff Smith, full-time job with 2 kids. And Stephanie Hogan, full-time job. And then she's also dealing with her own medical obstacles and surgeries and hiccups. Man, if you look at that list and you just think about, man, there are people who are in my exact boat. Everyone on our team has some reason to use an excuse to not fight for this business. But you are not alone. You are not the only working mother out there making this work. You are not the only person with children bouncing off of your shoulders and pulling at your shirt. You are not the only person who has had health issues. And so if you see somebody on this list that you relate to, reach out to them. Make sure that you guys are all friends on Facebook. Encourage one another. Be each other's accountability partners. Lift each other up, because we're all the same and we all have real life. But what I want to unite here on this call is that we all have unnoticed victories in our life and how we are rocking it. But let's push it farther to reach our highest potential. I want to create the best home for my family and my son, and so I'm fighting for this regardless of the situation that comes in my home, regardless of me having 100 jobs or sick kids or a crazy dog who barks at everything. I mean, life happens, but life can be great, and I'm experiencing that, and I want that for you. My why. Here are some emotions that I have articulated behind my why and my passion for this business. I wrote these out in mid-June on my way to the National Coach Summit meeting in Las Vegas, and my mentor, Brittany Leggett, encouraged us to write this down and visualize it every day. So I'm going to read it to you guys, not because you can't read, but because I also have to visualize this and remind myself. Maybe you guys can relate to this as well. Number 1, I feel stable and secure when we meet our financial monthly budget. And when we meet our monthly budget needs because of my financial contribution, I am able to remain a stay-at-home mom. Oh, that's amazing. I love it. Number 2, I feel confident and balanced when I take care of my mind, body, and spirit. Healthy habits like eating clean, exercising, prayer journal, Bible study, personal development reading, those healthy habits create the best me for my family. Number 3, I feel fulfilled and accomplished when I am a catalyst for positive change in others' lives. God wants me to disciple others. That is my purpose. Do you guys hear the emotions behind that? Stable and secure, confident and balanced, fulfilled and accomplished. Those emotions, man, to know that I can feel those things by being financially stable, by developing healthy habits, by being a catalyst for positive change in others' lives. I will fight tooth and nail, whatever it takes, wake up early, stay up late, be very, very smart in my time to be able to experience those emotions. And so if you don't have a strong why that's going to push you to reach this goal financially in your business, well, then you need to dig a little deeper and decide what made you join this organization. And it can motivate you and build the enthusiasm and momentum needed to push you through, to make it through even the toughest days, because this can happen. And on this next slide is going to talk about how you should act as if your life depended on this. Everyone on this call, I'm assuming that you are in this business big and that you have big dreams and that you one day want to make a 6-figure income or more. And so you need to act like your life depended on it. It is hard to be a full-time parent, a full-time worker, and build a startup business. Come on. But you know what? Successful people do hard. Successful people are disciplined. Successful people do not blame. Successful people let nothing stop them. Successful people ignore haters. And successful people are normal people. It's just you and I. We are normal people, but we can be successful. We can set fantastic, strong, smart goals and make this happen. There is such a level of potential in each one of our lives, and we need to break through the box of mediocrity. That is so yucky, and we need to really expound upon our potential in life, because we only get one life to live, and by golly, I'm going to make it worth it. And it makes decisions like this so much easier, because I know that each day, if I'm having healthy habits in my life, that it's going to snowball and in effect in 5 years from now, I'm going to be very, very thankful that I was disciplined today. So setting smart goals, we need to make sure you're not vague. We need to not only wish it to happen, but make it happen. You can't just say, oh, Laura, I want to make $500 a week by January, and then sit back and watch the money roll in. That's not how this business works. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This is not a get-rich-quick opportunity. This is a lot of hard work, because it matters with people. Because you're investing in personal relationships, you are listening to people and their goals, you're putting your heart on the line, making sure that you're connecting with people and helping them reach their dreams and goals. So it's not easy, because you have to be real and you have to be transparent and you have to be consistent. So you can't just wish it to happen. We're going to put some action into place. And don't coattail. When I say don't coattail, I mean don't just look at somebody else's success, be jealous, and then just coattail off of their own goals or their why. Because if you don't have your own why, if you don't have your own passion that drives this business for you, you're just riding on their coattails, and your excitement in this is going to fizzle out. And I don't want that for you. I do not want this to fizzle out for you, because I've personally experienced the joy that can happen. So how to set a goal? Are you with me? If you're taking notes, write this down. Write your goals in first person as if you've already achieved them. An example of a bad goal would be start running. I'm going to start running. That's vague. And so a good goal, to write it in first person as if you've already achieved them, is to say, I am fit and I am running 3 times per week. That's a good goal, because if you continue to say that over and over in your head, you are going to stick with that, and you can write it down, schedule it out. So I'm challenging you guys to have fitness goals and business goals in your organization and in your life. Another tip on how to set a goal is Give your goals clearly defined measure. Don't just say, I want to lose weight. A lot of times I start conversations with people who are wanting to develop healthier habits in their life, and they say, I want to lose weight and get more energy. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means they want to lose 2 pounds or if they want to lose 200 pounds. So be specific. You can really measure whether or not you've lost 25 pounds. But you can see here on the screen that there's different examples of fitness and business goals. You can measure that by weight, by the deadline, that you want to run a 5K, or that you want to gain muscle. You want to gain inches. Sometimes men want to do that. I think that's awesome. Bulk up. Or if you want to reach a certain body fat percentage. In business, set specific goals like a specific income, rank advancements, success club points. These things are fantastic because you can set a measurable, defined goal with that. So the first one is to write it out as if it's already been achieved in first person. And then 2, set defined, measurable goals. Number 3 is set a reasonable but aggressive time frame. And we've included aggressive because a lot of times we set goals for ourselves that are very safe. And I'm done with safe. I am so done with playing it safe and just going through the motions. So I'm dreaming big, and I'm hoping you are too. So a bad goal. An example of a bad goal, which is not really a bad goal, but it's not defined well. Save more. I want to save more money. I want to save enough money to go on a family vacation next year. Okay, I don't know what that means. You probably say that, but you really don't even know what that means. You haven't broken it down to decide what you need to save per week. So, what you could do, let's say for your fitness goals, what is the number of days you plan to work out weekly? Or the number of pounds you want to lose weekly or gain weekly? Business goals, you want to make X amount of dollars a week by this month. Those things are specific, and those things are realistic, because once you write that down literally with a pen and paper or type it out, write it down so you can hold yourself accountable. So once you have that goal, we are going to reverse engineer that. And this stuff is, man, it is amazing to know that this is possible. And gone are the days where we just have to feel slummy about ourselves and feel that there's nothing more in life than just meeting the 9-to-5 job, being exhausted, coming home, eating a bland dinner with bland life, with a bland house, everything else. I mean, you guys can definitely spice up your life. If you write out these goals, you make it happen, reverse engineer them, and believe it can happen. This image here on the screen is potential for you to know it can happen. If you want this, you can do this. Right here on the screen, follow with me. This is Lindsay Matway. This is Brigitte Linford. This is Lindsay Stay. This is Scotty Hobbs. These people are in the Bombshell Dynasty who are above us in this organization, and they have made it happen. They are either millionaires or multiple 6-figure income Beachbody coaches who do this full time. Full time. Some of them have only been in the business for 14 months. Okay? That's amazing. So this can happen. If they can do it, you can do it. If you want this, you can do this. Do not hold yourself back. And if you're struggling with that self-confidence, or you're struggling with your own ability to do something great in your life, like help people and get paid for it, well then we're going to match you up with some personal development books, because there's a ceiling that you're putting on your potential. You are locking yourself down from doing big things because you're not allowing yourself to take risks, and you're not being disciplined enough to be confident that this can happen. So in the next couple of moments, I actually am going to encourage you to spend time writing down your goals, both fitness and business goals. Share them with a team if you're comfortable. I know that you're watching this, and I encourage you, write it down on the notes you're taking, type it out, or after this call, post it on the Moxie Crew page and say, here are my fitness and business goals. Here's what I'm going to achieve. Make sure that it's in first person. Make sure that it is very specific. Make sure that there's a deadline to it. because you can hold yourself accountable and we can hold you accountable. So write down those goals. Dream big and dream focused. So I hope